On the upgrade this week, get an inside peek at our perfect packaging prep. Plus, magfast.com/status is live and awesome. And we've got a blatant bribe for you. It's all on this week's upgrade from MAGFAST. Hello and welcome to The Upgrade. I'm Seymour Segnet. I'm here with Kate. Hello, Kate.
Hi, everyone.
Who's got a growing fan club these days. You should see the stuff that's the emails that are coming into customer service these days. It's incredible. Anyway, so thank you for helping me out with this, Kate, every week and keeping me in order.
Of course.
What we're doing with these is helping to give you a deeper, more transparent look inside the business, have a bit of fun, answer your questions. And some weeks we focus on the business stuff, sometimes on the design. This week we're going to do both. Before that, 3 pieces of housekeeping. First of all, we promised to give you a more of a kind of rolling look available all the time online about how things are going with development. We've put up a page at magfast.com/status. So if you haven't already, take a look at that. You'll see that there's some great progress. There's a couple of places we're a little bit stuck. We're working on it. It's all part of sort of conveying the journey to you openly and honestly and transparently. And if there's more that you want to see on that page, more detail, please just let us know. The second thing is, if you haven't already, please add September the 10th at 4 p.m. Eastern to your calendar. That will be 1 p.m. Pacific to your calendar. It's a critical day for MAGFAST mission to change charging for good. It's something that I think that you will find just fascinating. I think you'll enjoy it. If you love our mission, maybe you can help a little. If you're just watching us, I think you'll learn a lot. And we're going to reveal some stuff. I said this before, but if you love travel right now, I know it's love the idea of travel, but if you love travel and can't wait to get back out, we've got something very special for you on that day. Excited about that, Katie?
Yes, I'm very excited.
If you love the entertainment, do you watch the Netflix, Kate, of an evening?
Yes, I watch the Netflix.
So if you love entertainment, there's great joke to put "the" in front of it, and then it shows your age if you always say it. Spotify, if you enjoy entertainment, there's going to be something very special. And if you just love to be part of something really exciting, then please put September the 10th at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific in your calendar. And I think underneath the video here, there's a sort of thing where you can click and easily add it to your calendar. And the third thing is, as we work towards September the 10th, we're kind of building up towards it in the upgrade every week. We really want you to be here every time. So today we're announcing a bribe of sorts, so that you will be here as often as you can. Join us every week. You may know that we have a $1,000 draw that we've been running for a while, and you know what? This is what it's like. If I can find it on my computer here, this is what it's like when you win the draw.
Hello, is this Patty Blankenship?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Patty. This is Kate from MAGFAST. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Kate?
I'm doing great. So, I was just wondering, did you by chance enter to win an iPhone with us?
Yes, I did.
Well, then I'm very excited to tell you that you are our winner this month.
No way. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I know.
So
I'm very excited, too.
So Patty, as you can tell, is fabulous. That's the call you want to get from Kate, right? Wasn't she brilliant, Patty? Katie?
I love Patty. Patty is amazing.
Thank you so much, Patty. Thank you to you. We've had a whole bunch of winners, but we just thought that Patty was so great. We just grabbed that audio, and we did. But we did actually. The fireworks were real, right? Yeah. The foghorn.
Yeah, I had them ready to go.
The shipping foghorn. That was all live, right? When you were on the phone with her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course it was. All right, so that's what we do. We give away $1,000 worth of stuff every single month, which includes stuff like iPhones and Samsung, like real smartphones, tablets, the Microsoft Surface, whatever you want. It's $1,000 value, including all kinds of MAGFAST stuff. And I think Patty took the iPhone and MAGFAST Extreme. Mm-hmm. I think.
Yes.
Not quite sure, but anyway, you can choose, and Kate will help you sort the whole thing out. So here's how it's going to work. Just for showing up and joining us for the upgrade every week, each week we're going to give you a keyword and a link, and you follow the link, type in the keyword. It's going to give you 3 entries to win in the $1,000 draw. While you're on the page, there's ways that you can add other entries. It's a bit of fun. It'll take you seconds, but we hope that will have you staying with us for a few more minutes, because of course I don't know much about television, but I do know that you hold things over and you say coming soon. So coming soon will be the keyword. All right. Now, Kate, this week we are talking about packaging, is that right?
Yes, that is right.
I'm glad, because that's the presentation that I have ready to show here. And I know you've got 1 or 2 questions about it. Let's rattle through the... I'll do the presentation right quick first of all, and then we can... and then when we've done that, we'll go through any questions that you've got. So if we can... Jim, if we can go to my screen, please. So this is the sketch that I did on the whiteboard when we first started designing the MAGFAST packaging system. And what you'll see is a series of blocks, a little bit like Lego maybe, where they're different thicknesses and so on, but they all fit together. And what I want to show you now is a little presentation we put together a few weeks ago to help brief competing packaging companies, to help them understand that this is no ordinary gig, and to have them get a feeling. So let's just run through the presentation. So it's about MAGFAST, and we wanted them to see that these are premium products that need to have perfect packaging. All right. Now, let's focus in on one individual product pack, and then you'll see how it all fits together. So here's the single product pack, all right, which is made up of a really high quality cardboard box in a precision plastic film. Okay, and this is a really, really important part of the unboxing experience. It's a tiny little bit of plastic. We do want to get all of the plastic out of the packaging, but just for these first few that go out, this is like the total amount of plastic in the whole pack is probably less than surrounds a loaf of bread that you buy. So it's a tiny, tiny amount, but it's going to make a huge difference to the unboxing experience, which is, it's always important, but it's absolutely critical when we first come out of the gate and the first folks start to receive these products and start talking about them online. So there's this nice tab here up at the top that helps you to peel it off beautifully. Okay. All right, and you peel it off completely and it lays out flat like that beside. Now inside the box, all right, there is the customer will first see, that's you by the way, will first see a sleeve made of a kind of light card which contains collateral. What do we mean by collateral? Well, collateral is the sort of supporting material, right? So it's a 2-sided color leaflet with 6 panels on each side. You can see a couple of the panels there highlighting a couple of the features. The charging on Qi is going to be twice as fast as originally promised. We're also gold plating all of the connections. You can see that there. All right, and then there'll also be the one in the middle there, the kind of dull looking one, is a monochrome, that means black and white sheet, just with legal disclosures and that kind of thing. You've seen that before when you open a box. Now the interior of the box is a tray. It's shown here in white, made from a simple quality folded card. This was a chance to eliminate plastic, so we took it. We're doing clean folded card. It's shown in white here. It will actually be black in production. Why will it be black? Because our products for the most part are white, so white next to black will help to show off how beautiful they are. The product itself, like the box, the product is wrapped in this precision plastic film that also peels off beautifully. And so let's take a look at the whole package together. Here it is, all right, looking really, really crisp and clean. And part of our strategy here is that you will never throw the box away. We want to make these boxes so beautiful, so useful that you'll have a whole bunch of them. And then next time you need a charger, one of the reasons you'll come back to us on top of all of the other things is because you get one more box to add to your collection for storing your needlework or whatever it is you keep in it. There's going to be this label that goes on the back. Probably white like this because it's much easier to produce a white label, but it includes very specific information. It's got the serial number. It's also got the fingerprint. Remember our security fingerprint and the Amazon transparency. We've spoken about that before, but this is a critical part of our anti-counterfeit measures because as soon as this stuff gets out there, it's going to attract attention from the bad guys, and we want to make sure that when you buy MAGFAST stuff, you know you've got MAGFAST stuff, and transparency and fingerprint together are a really, really important part of that. We're going to see if we can make it a black label. I think probably that's going to be a kind of a bridge too far in terms of kind of cost and complexity for production. All right, there'll be this nice slim little box for the accessories. Here you can see a box that's got 1, 2, 3, is it 6? Yeah, it's got 6 items in there, so maybe 3 tips and 3 cables, something like that. It will vary from box to box. In fact, the design on the cover here is going to change because we didn't want people thinking that that's exactly what's in the box. The box, this accessories box will, if someone buys 3 tips, that's what will be in the box. If someone buys 7, that's what will be in the box. Okay, and then the individual tips and cables come in this little pouch like so. Is this all making sense, Kate? I'm running through it rather quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
All right, and so if you remember the original design like this, it's got these different boxes of different heights. Well, why are they different heights? Because the different products have different thicknesses. So if you look at Life, here it is. It's like yay thick. Okay, what is that? I think it's about. I know it's 26 millimeters, which is about an inch, like so. All right. Whereas if you look at Air, it's all right from top to bottom. It needs a thicker box, but we don't want to have all the boxes thick enough to accommodate, even if they've got a thin thing in. So what we've done is we've designed a system where there's consistency in some of the dimensions of the boxes. Let me just come to the next slide. If you look here, you'll see that the width is the same, 10, it is in crazy, nutty European centimeters, I'm afraid, rather than the much easier to use imperial system. So 10 centimeters wide for each of them, different heights. Most of them are 15 high, but you can see on the end there in column C that extreme is so long it needs a 30, but 30 is 2 times 15. See, and then for the depth, we're going to have different heights. You just saw the 2 centimeters, that's a little bit under an inch for the tips and so on. And here we've got 6 and 4 to accommodate the other thicknesses. Let's put that all together now. All right, in how we're going to ship it. Well, when it comes to shipping, all right, there are going to be obviously a huge number of people. God bless you if you're one of our Pro Kit customers who've ordered a Pro Kit. Well, that'll eventually, when all the items are shipping together, that'll be the same number of items in a pack. But different people order different things. Some people order Pro Kit plus one other item. Some people order a Pro Kit with jumper cables, some without. Some people don't order a Pro Kit at all. They buy 3 or 4 other items. So we need this extremely flexible packaging system. And what we figured is, as long as we make it that all of the items can be stacked together in the way that you've seen, if we just make a number, if we cut back to the presentation, if we make a number of these different cards like this, we call it the wrap, and just look at this animation, look at the way this thing, all of the items drop one by one, they flow in so beautifully, and it wraps up like this. So we're really excited about this packaging, really proud. I hope you're getting some goosebumps looking at it too. That is in production now. The first items are going to tooling fairly soon, which putting the finishing touches. I know it sounds like we're always saying that, but I couldn't be more pleased with the way progress is going now. To be honest, we believe that COVID has cost us at least 6 months. It may still be more than that. I'm now reading that COVID's impact on the economy overall could last for a decade. So we're feeling very lucky that we're still here. We're still working to serve you and to serve this project. All right, Kate, what questions you got there?
Yes. Okay. Let me see. So, my first question that I have is from Jethin.
Hey, Jethin.
And she asks something that a lot of people like to know. That I also want to know. And is it recyclable?
So the answer is almost completely recyclable. And we aim to make it fully recyclable. One of the challenges running a business is that you're trying to balance, hundreds and thousands of different factors. And we believe that it is so important to our ability to grow, become strong, and influence the industry to become greener over time with trees and other measures, that we have to have the very first products that land in people's hands are the best that they can possibly be. We're looking to make, because the film is the only non-recyclable piece, and we're looking to see if we can get a recyclable substitute. We haven't found it yet. We do not plan to use that for the long term. We will either find a recyclable substitute or we will eliminate it. But we just think that it's so important that the first sort of few thousand of these, the first few thousand of these that ship, are just stunning. And of the same standard as the best in the industry, that we're keeping that film on. But as I mentioned earlier on, the total amount of plastic is probably less than wraps up a loaf of bread. And, unless you're an angel, you probably do, buy one or two groceries from time to time that have had a bit of plastic in it. So we're working to eliminate it. We're planting trees like crazy, over 250,000 so far. And the whole of the rest of the packaging suite will be recyclable. But better than recyclable, it's unthrowawayable, because you're going to want to keep it. The main box, the main volume of materials, you're going to want to keep it. The box is going to be absolutely beautiful. You're going to keep it. You're going to keep pencils in it. You're going to keep your sewing things in it. You're going to keep, your arts and crafts and this, that, and the other. So we think that having stuff that doesn't get thrown away is better than stuff that is, even better than stuff that is recyclable, especially with the way global recycling markets are working at the moment. It's not a pretty scene out there. So stuff that you get and you keep is definitely the way to go. Does that kind of answer it?
So our products are reusable.
Yeah, and that's the thank you. That's the other green point to make, is by making the products themselves high quality, they don't become junk within 6 months like so many other. I have a charging this morning. I got a charging cable in this house. It is less than 6 months old. It's less than 1 month old. It's a little bit of an unusual one. It's a USB-C to the old Apple MagSafe connection, and it's broken. It's less than a month old. And now the whole thing is just junk. The money's gone. It's just ridiculous. So we're aiming to make stuff that lasts and lasts and lasts. All right, what's next?
Okay, next, James is wanting to know if it will come with a carrying case.
Oh, James. No. No, it won't. So why doesn't it come with a carrying case? Well, there's a cost element. We would have to, the whole cost structure for a nice carrying case, right, the whole cost structure would increase significantly. But I think the other thing is, and more importantly, what we always try to do when we make these decisions is to think through, for real, what is this like in your life, and not sort of pump it up with something that is unnecessary. So the notion of a carrying case is appealing, isn't it? Oh, look at my collection of chargers. I keep it on the wall. No, you don't, right? You have one in your kitchen. You have one in your car. You have, one. So you're not. You don't want them in a carrying case. You're going to have them where they are used. And when you travel, people say, well, what about if I travel? If you're going to travel with them, and you will want to travel with them, these ones, and maybe a little something that you'll learn about, just saying. You know what I'm saying. September the 10th. You will want to travel with them, but you're not going to want to travel with all of them. So why would we make what would a presentation case be like? It'd be like this big to get all of them in there, nicely presented, because we're not going to do it badly. Now you're carrying a great big block like this with you when you travel, which is the last thing you need. So the best thing to do, all right, is to just, and again, we're not shipping it with a little carry case or anything that will just be junk 363 days out of 365. You'll just take it, you'll place it in your case with other things, stick them in a sock if you need to protect them. That's what I often do with chargers. And we think that's by far the most economical thing. We want to deliver great chargers, great packaging, but not unnecessary additional stuff that seems great for a second, but isn't for the longer term.
Okay, so we have one more, and I threw it in there because I knew that you would appreciate this question.
Yes.
And it's from John.
Hey, John.
And he said, is it just coincidence your packaging looks like Apple?
No, of course it doesn't. There are a lot of companies out there that we admire, and if you've been following us for a while, you know that Apple is one of them. They Apple is responsible for the most successful product launch of all time, which is the iPhone when they first launched it. How long ago was it now? 12, 13, 14 years ago? I've lost track. And they are on and off the most valuable company in the world and have the best brand in the world. So they're one of the companies that we look to see kind of how you're doing this. Now, if you actually study their packaging, one of the things they're doing is just making it as simple as possible, right? They're not adding all kinds of, sort of fold it. If you actually look at their packaging, part of the genius of it is that they've reduced it down and reduced it down and reduced it down. One simple picture of the product on the front. No crazy. It's very calming packaging. We think that's great. They're not the only people to do it. I have a collection of packaging in the next room from all kinds of different manufacturers, all kinds of different. There's some Apple stuff in there, but from all kinds of other people as well. And we'll look, what's a great experience? What feels clean? What feels upmarket? What makes me trust the product I'm about to use? And that's how we go about it. But yeah, absolutely, we watch Apple because they play one of the best games in town. Yeah? Okay, well that was an awkward silence, wasn't it? I guess there are no more packaging questions then, Kate?
No, sorry, that's all that I have.
All right. Okay, you have waited long enough. Kate, what is this week's word for the competition?
Powerful.
Powerful. Okay? Because the chargers are powerful. We're aiming to become a powerful force in the industry. This week's word is powerful. And let's just bring it up on the screen here. You're going to see something like this. This is the sweepstakes entry form. I just entered my name and email in order to do the entry so as I could get to this page and show it to you like so. But as you'll see, I'm going to put my glasses on, you'll see there's a bunch of different ways to enter. And this one here, this week's secret code word from the upgrade, I'm not allowed to enter, but I'm putting it in now. So you're going to do that. You're going to go there and type in powerful and hit continue. All right, I'm always testing this and I'm always excluded from the draw, I promise you. All right, so you can see there, I've now got an illicit entry to this week's competition. Okay, and you can get into, if you want to know who the prize winners are, you can just get in touch with us. Always hit the homepage, hit support, and we're happy to answer that question for you. We maintain a list of Patty and all of the other winners. So very, very easy to do. You can see there's a bunch of other things. Share about us on Facebook and Twitter, Messenger. We'll answer one or two questions. Very easy, very fun. This week's word is powerful. Powerful. Okay. All right, that's it. Remember, make sure that you've got September the 10th on your calendar. September the 10th at 4 p.m. Click on. There's also a button underneath to click on that. Remember to check out magfast.com/status, where we've got the latest status on each of the products. The good news of some of the COVID challenges, it now looks like for a while we thought that the products were going to ship one at a time. We now think that there's a good chance that the first three will all come together. There'll be Life Extreme and Air. And as we get closer to it, we're going to be able to give more information about when your shipment will be. And we'll give you more details as we roll along. The logistics are quite complicated because we've been blessed with a lot of amazing supporters like you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Kate, for keeping me on track as ever. And thank you for being a part of our mission to change charging for good.